Hi, welcome to the Your Boat Club 2020 Boating Season Member Kickoff presentation. We really wish we could be doing this in person as usual at our member party, but we're glad we're able to get you the information digitally. Hopefully we can have some type of member party later this fall, but in the meantime, the boating season is now just around the corner, and like all of you, we are greatly looking forward to it. We can't wait to start getting everyone out on the water, and we've got a great plan for how we're going to do that and do it safely under the current conditions, but we're going to need everyone's cooperation. So please watch this presentation and make sure to call us at 612-208-1800 if you have any questions. Okay, so let's talk about the 2020 season. The good news is we expect to be open on time, but as a reminder, there's a few things that have to happen every year before we can open each location. So the ice has to be off the lakes, the DNR has to get the hazard buoys in, the marinas have to get their docks ready, and they got to give us the go-ahead to bring our boats over. We have to get the boats there and get them in the water, and then the sheriff has to come and inspect the boats. Now, we're recording this in late April, and a lot of that's already happening, but the sheriff inspections are completely on their timetable. They usually get those done sometime the first week of May, and almost always before fishing opener unless the ice happened to go out really late that year. So we are expecting to be open in early May as usual. We send out emails and we update our Facebook page as soon as the locations go live. And the minute they do that, we turn the boats on at that location too. So right now, if you look in the system, you're not going to see any member boats live. But as soon as we announce a location opens, the boats will be there and you can start to book them. So watch your email and keep checking our Facebook page for more updates. Okay, now all that being said, keep in mind we are going to have to make some adjustments this year. And we do have some COVID-19 restrictions that we've put in place. Our number one priority is to keep all our guests and our team members safe. We have a great plan that's going to help us maintain proper social distancing and the disinfecting of all the equipment. But this may mean that at times you might have to wait by your car or on the shore or in a boat to make sure we don't have groups of people coming into contact with each other. Much like an airport, we're going to have staging areas for people to get in line, to get on and off the boats. Our staff is going to be there to help direct traffic. And this means that you need to be mostly on time. You can't come too early or too late. And we can't really let you board a boat until your entire party is present because we can't have people hanging out on the docks or in the boats. So we assume that means in most cases everyone's going to arrive in the same car. But as usual, under no circumstances can we allow a boat to have more than 2 cars parked at the marina. That also means for now, we can't plan on carrying your gear as we usually do. So please make sure you pack appropriately. We will have carts available to use. And we're going to have to keep our buildings closed for now until those restrictions are lifted, hopefully as the season goes on. Please also remember that once you get out on the lake, we still need you to abide by all the restrictions and all the guidelines that are out there and maintain proper social distancing from other boaters. We have a new page on our website called our COVID-19 update page. You can get to it from our homepage. We're going to continually post updates there, but if you want to see a video of how this is all going to work, go there. We have one up, and we hope that'll help you visualize exactly how this is going to work so we can all enjoy the water safely together this year. All right, so let's talk about our new member orientations. This is where we teach you how to drive the boats. We want to make sure that you know the rules of the water, what the buoys mean, and answer any questions that you might have. Now, this year, to avoid as much contact as possible between our customers and team members, we're producing a video that you can watch online that's going to handle a lot of this. We plan to email a link to this video to all new members, and it's initially going to go out sometime towards the end of next week, which at the time of this filming is the last week of April. Now, in order to receive the video and then to complete the confirmation process afterwards showing that you watched it, you must be listed as a driver on the membership. So that means we have to have all your complete information on file for each driver on the membership. That means we need their name, their email, their cell phone number, their address, their driver's license, and their date of birth. So if you haven't sent us all that information, you need to get it to us ASAP. So if you're adding or changing drivers, please contact your YBC representative or call the main office at 612-208-1800. If you're really new to boating and driving a boat, you may want to start out by driving the pontoon boats a few times first because they're easier to drive than the other boats. And let's also remember that if you're a returning member, you don't need to do another orientation. You're all set. And we're also going to be able to provide some on-the-water instruction in terms of parking, docking and undocking the boats at the marina. So just continue to watch your email and watch for updates and make sure that you communicate with us. We want to make sure that you're comfortable in the boats and that we're comfortable in your boats, because we absolutely need to make sure that we keep everybody safe. Our member packets are online and you can retrieve them digitally. To do that, go to our homepage at yourboatclub.com and log in by clicking on the Reserve a Boat button in the upper right-hand corner. Your login username is your email address, and the default password that we initially set up for you, unless you told us to use something different, is going to be your last name in all lowercase. Once you're logged in, click the My Account link. Then click View Member Documents. Select the documents you want to download and save them. Make sure you put the location phone numbers into your phone so you have them, as they really come in handy during the season so that you can communicate directly with our dock staff at each location. All right, so once you've completed your orientation, you get access to the reservation system. And again, your login is your email address, and the password that we set up for you initially is your last name in all lowercase, unless you told us to use something different. So now you logged into the reservation system, you're going to get access to the boats, but you have to complete your orientation before you can book anything. Really pay attention, because it's very important that you understand how to properly use the reservation system if you want to get the most out of your membership. If you use the system the right way, you're going to love your boat club. If you use it the wrong way, you might find it's difficult to get boats, and then you're going to have issues. So the basics. Again, you've logged in by clicking on the Reserve a Boat button on our homepage. After you log in, this is what you'll see. Now you can click on the calendar to change the date. You can click on the location list to change the lake, and then click Find Boats. All of the available boats that day at that location will then display. Now each boat starts with 2 available time slots. The morning slot is 8 to 1. The afternoon slot is 3 p.m. to dusk. Now normally it's 2:30 to dusk, but we've allowed some extra time, and we're going to have some increased staff to allow for the extra cleaning that we need to do. When you click on a time slot for a boat, this window opens up. Now, it's really important that you update your start time if you don't plan to use the boat for the whole time slot. Because what that does is it's going to ensure that if someone else wants to use the boat during that extra time, we know you're not planning to use it, so we can make it available to someone else. And that's because our reservation system operates in real time and it constantly updates. So as soon as a member books a boat, if they change the time, the reservation system will grab that unused time and add it to the other time slot. So for example, let's say you're coming Tuesday after work at 5 o'clock, not 3 o'clock. You booked a boat from 5 to dusk. The morning time for that boat will then change. Instead of being 8 to 1, now it's going to be available 8 to 4, so someone else can use that boat longer if they want to. The goal of our reservation system is really simple. If we have a boat that's available, we want the system to show it so that you can see it and book it if you want to. You'll also see if you need a tube or a rope, you just click that button. You can also type in some type of note. This is my first time at this location. You can type in whatever you need to there. The other thing is just make sure that you're on time and only book a boat that you're going to use. Okay, so let's talk about the 2 ways there are to book a boat. Each membership can have one advance reservation in the system at a time. As soon as you use it or cancel it, you can make another booking. Now what that does is it ensures everyone will get a chance to use the boats, because nobody can go in there and say, I want a boat for this Saturday, next Saturday, I'll take 4th of July, I want Labor Day. You just book one at a time, and as soon as you use it or cancel it, you can make another one. Now you can book as far in advance as you want, but your reservation is best used for short-term planning and weekends. Most members do not book more than 7 to 10 days in advance, and only then for weekends or busy holidays. You could go online and book 4th of July right when we open, but the whole month of May and June, all you could do would be the other type of boating, which is same-day spontaneous boating. Here's how that works. So, in addition to your one advance reservation, you can also do the same-day spontaneous boating. Every day, we take all the boats that aren't reserved and we release them for same-day use. The goal here is if we have a boat that's on the dock and if somebody wants to use it, we want to make sure they can. We release the morning boats at 8:30 p.m. the night before. So you could go online tonight, for example, if this was the middle of the season, you could look at any boat that's not reserved for tomorrow morning. You could book it now at 8:30 at night, and that would not be a reservation. It's a same-day use. In addition to that, at 8:30 in the morning, we're going to take a look at all the boats that are still available today for the afternoon session. We're going to release those. So at that point, you could book those boats, and they would then become available for spontaneous same-day use. It does not count against your reservation. And you can do spontaneous boating as often as you want. There's no limit. Now, one more thing we do to make sure that this is a little more fair is if you're on a membership that has not had a spontaneous use for more than 7 days, we're going to give you a half-hour bonus. So instead of waiting till 8:30 at night for tomorrow morning, you could book it 8 at night. And instead of waiting until 8:30 in the morning today to book for this afternoon, you could do it at 8 in the morning. And that way we want to just make sure you get a chance to book before somebody who might have just had a spontaneous session the day before. It just makes the system more fair. You will know if you qualify for the spontaneous bonus because when you log in, you're going to see this message on your screen that says your next spontaneous reservation can be made 30 minutes before the normal 8:30 p.m. or 8:30 a.m. times. So let's talk about some simple ways to use the reservation system to maximize your time on the water and help you make sure that you get boats when you want to. The first thing that we would tell you is if you've got an important day planned and you're wondering how far in advance you should book that boat, remember this. The cardinal rule is always check the system. The system operates in real time. So keep an eye on that important day and watch. See how many boats are left. When it starts to look like they're getting down there and the boats are getting booked, it's probably time to make your reservation. Here's a few other things to keep in mind. Our system is designed to be fair. It puts everybody on a level playing field in order to maximize everyone's chance to be on the water. Now, we know that because we carefully limit the number of memberships that we sell, and there's a lot of math behind our system, and it's based on this. Our busiest time slots are weekend afternoons and holidays. In general, after that, weekday afternoons and evenings are also busier than weekday mornings. Now, the math behind the system is designed to ensure that at a minimum, all members can get a boat at least every other weekend as long as they use the system properly. And we can say that because each membership can only have one advanced reservation in the system at a time, and we limit how many memberships we sell. And we don't sell enough memberships where the boats could be booked this weekend and next weekend in advance. So if all the boats are booked for this weekend, there have to be boats available for next weekend. There's also some great helpful hints in the member packets, so make sure you read them. But remember, you never really need to book more than 7 to 10 days in advance, and then only for a weekend afternoon or a holiday. The big takeaway is this. We leave it up to you to decide which days are the most important. Check the system often, plan accordingly, and don't book further ahead than you really need to. Please also remember that as you're first getting used to this, Don't be afraid to call the office and ask for advice. It's our job to make sure that you understand how to use the system. And if you're having problems, don't wait until August to tell us that you aren't happy with how the system works. Call us now so we can take a look right away, see what's going on, and get it fixed. Again, there are some great helpful hints in your membership packets, so make sure you read them. And one more quick thing we want to point out is that sometimes we have members that want to get a boat for the whole day, and there is a way to do that. Since there are two ways to book a boat, and the afternoons are usually busier than the mornings, the way you'd want to do that is you'd want to use your reservation to book the afternoon. That's the busier time. Then you go online like the night before, take a look for that boat, see if it's available in the morning, and at 8:30 at night you could book the same boat for tomorrow morning, and then you'd have the boat for a same day use tomorrow morning and a reservation for the afternoon, so you'd have the boat all day. A few more quick things to keep in mind, especially around courtesy. There is no penalty for canceling a reservation, so if you're pretty sure you want to go boating, go ahead and book the boat. If it turns out you can't go, then go online and cancel it as soon as you know that you can't go. We understand that things happen in life. All we ask is that the minute you know you can't use the boat, get online and cancel it, or if you can't get online, call us and we'll cancel it for you. Now that being said, we don't want people booking boats just in case they want to go and then canceling all the time. And certainly don't hold a boat all day and then cancel at the last minute when now it's too late for any other member to use. We do track each membership, and if we see someone who keeps canceling last minute or cancels very late in the day when it's too late for someone else to go out, you're going to get a phone call from us. We have to keep this system fair to all members. If you reserve a boat and don't show up, you just potentially ruined a fun day that another member could have had. So if we see that, or if we keep seeing last minute cancellations, and if you don't respect the other members, these are strict policies and we can't tolerate no-shows, so we will terminate your membership. That's just the only thing that we can do at that point. So please be respectful of everybody else. 99% of our members are respectful of everybody else, but every year we do get a couple people that just can't seem to figure this out, and we do unfortunately have to terminate those memberships. Again, if you have any questions, or if you're having any trouble, please give us a call at the office. We are here to help. We appreciate your business. We just want to make sure everybody's happy and everything's fair. In addition to our club boats, as we mentioned earlier, we do have daily rental boats at most of our locations that are available to the general public to rent for the half day or the full day. They are listed below the member boats. Please remember that this is an entirely separate fleet from our member boats. We never rent the member boats to the public. Now, members can use the daily rental boats, and in some cases they're free for same-day use if they aren't rented. But if for some reason you really wanted a second boat, or you wanted to book a daily rental boat in advance, you could do that, and they'd always be half price to you. If you are a returning member, we have some great new locations for you to check out online. And if you're new to your boat club, it's probably worth your time to check out all of them. Go to our homepage and click the locations button. They're organized by state. You can click on them one by one to view more about that location and even the manager that runs it. Lastly, please know that we greatly appreciate your business, and we truly do look forward to being a service. We absolutely take your money seriously, and we're very confident that you're going to love our service. But if for any reason you aren't loving our service, or even if you're just slightly unhappy about something, we want to know about it. Call the office, let us know, or let the manager on site know. There's no such thing as a bad question. We are here to serve you. Above all else, let's remember to work together to keep everybody safe and make this boating season one of the most rewarding seasons ever. We can't wait to see you on the water.